What's up, guys? I just want to make a quick video. I haven't posted in a while. I do want to talk about a few things today. Uh, just things that, how I feel and what I believe is going to happen. I could be wrong. Um, like I said, I just make these videos just to see, if, I could get better at seeing different outcomes and how these outcomes will occur. So today is September 30th. Today the White House, the government is shut down today. I don't see too much of an issue with that, considering it's happened before. It's not like the stock market's gonna go drop down 30% again. It's not like we're seeing crazy situation. Obviously, we could see a 10% dip in an extreme situation, but I think by the end of the year we'll see the strongest market we've seen. We could be pushing to 700, honestly speaking. As crazy as that sounds, but it's not that crazy considering last year we were at 650. I think it was 650 last year, and then we had the collapse, and now it was kind of just testing the market. I think this year was kind of testing the market, and this is what is going to be happening this year. I think it's going to continue going up. Obviously, I can't see to 2026. Maybe we'll see some stagnation. I don't think there's going to be a big dip or anything like that, but I think there's going to be some stagnation. We're not going to be seeing any crazy gains. I think there's going to be more smaller gains than bigger gains. I think next year. I think so. I'm not sure, but let's get the boring stuff out of the way. That's just me. What's crazy is Nvidia is crazy today. Nvidia is the only stock that hasn't really gone down, and by the time you guys see this, it could have been down like 5% in next few days. I think Nvidia could go down a little bit, but I'm super optimistic. Everybody. I think sometimes you just have to retard. Go full on stupid. Sometimes. When people say this stock market, this stock is going to 250. I think you should listen, especially if it's a lot of banks and a lot of stockbrokers, and it's obviously don't go blindly into it just because people say it, but there's also a reason to believe that it's the greatest, well, not greatest company, it's the most profitable company, and it's a company that treats its employees very well. It's not a company that has a lot of layoffs. It's not a company that you hear very bad rumors that they don't treat their employees, their customers are complaining. You don't hear nothing like that. All you hear is very good news about Nvidia. And Nvidia, it just made a deal with Open AI Chat, which I think is very good, since I think 90% of people at least use Chat GPT, Open AI, and it's just gonna, that's just super amazing for that company. And Nvidia is still making the best graphics cards, the best motors. If you really want a great PC, you have to get an Nvidia. You have to get Nvidia. You have to get Nvidia parts. You have to get Nvidia. Intel, I was wrong about Intel. I never said this, but I thought Intel was gonna do good until Donald Trump made a deal to keep Intel, and what's crazy to me is I honestly believe the Intel could have been $30 by the end of the year, and I was like, maybe that's just too optimistic. Um, the issue is that Nvidia, you know, basically was putting Intel in the back end. You know, uh, Intel was what Apple even threw away Intel. They made their own chips, and you know it kind of left Intel into the situation where it had nothing else except making chips in the US, and that's why I was very optimistic with Intel. But they do have massive layovers, and that's something that's very concerning. Uh, but they are building factories in the US, and that's what the US wants. So I'm not surprised the US made a deal with Intel, even though Donald Trump told the guy, "Hey, retire, like give up the company." And you know, even after that, it's good that Intel is seeing some improvement. I don't think Intel is a bad company. It's just very outdated. You compare it to Nvidia, you compare it to AMD. Alibaba is going crazy too. Um, I think showing how China doesn't want to buy Nvidia because they want to support Alibaba makes me see how great Nvidia is. Because Nvidia did sell a lot to China, and China's like, okay, you want to put tariffs on me? All right, I'm gonna just we're gonna be like, we're not buying any more chips from you guys. That's it. And I think, and 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 they know that China bought a lot of chips from Nvidia, and that's why I am not concerned with that stock. I mean, even if the government continues to shut down for 30 days, like it's done before, I think Nvidia could dip, in the worst case scenario, 10%, and then it's gonna go back up. The only issue is that Nvidia is the biggest stock in the stock market, and seeing it very stable today made me very optimistic. I actually sold some of my positions in Nvidia to go to United Healthcare, because medical stocks do well. Well, they don't do well, but they're very stable because those programs are running, and they're always gonna continue running even if the government shuts down. And you know, with stocks that are you know, like AI, you know, things that are not programmed, or things that, how do I explain it? Things that are always gonna be needed. Those things are always gonna be very stable, and I'm kind of glad that Nvidia kind of ripped a little bit today, cause I'm like, okay, it's a good time to, you know, sell. So because I'm very big on Nvidia. I think Nvidia is gonna do well by the end of the year. Um, if Nvidia does dip, at least, you know, I have some positions into a stable stock like United Healthcare. And United Healthcare is another stock which, oh, Moderna, Pfizer. I think a lot of these medical stocks have been down a lot. They've been down 50%, 70%, and you know, that's literally the bottom of the barrel. I mean, these stocks were like 100, 600. United Healthcare was 600, and Pfizer, Moderna is only like, oh, you know, they're now like 25, and they were pushing 100. And the reason being is, you know, the houses, you know, they're saying, the vaccines don't, they give you autism, they give you this and that. But Trump just made a deal with Pfizer, to make vaccines with them. They literally partnered to do vaccines with Pfizer. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, Lithium Americas, that stock has been ripping because Trump made a deal with the US to pick them up. And you know, this that you know that's something that you have to notice. You could say it's market manipulation or whatever, but lithium is also something that's needed for electronic vehicles. And and if you're one that's saying that electric vehicles are going to be a big part in the future, or just batteries, they're used for batteries, not just electric vehicles. We're always going to need batteries. We're always going to need the batteries. We use them for AI, we use them for everything. So that's the thing. You also don't look at just the big names. You look at the names, how they get the product that they sell. So like you look up who manufactures Nvidia's chips, who things like that. And even if the stock is less than it is, just buy into it. If you're supporting the stock, the company, you should support the guys who produce it. All right, but let's get to the fun stuff, right? That was boring, right? That was like the boring part of the video. But the real fun is talking about collector booster bundles, man. Friday of last week, this behemoth of a box came out. Now, this box, let me tell you. This box, do you know how many $1,000 cards could be contained in this one? Bro. But the issue is the chances of pulling it. And this is something that that a lot of people don't see the opportunity in. I'm not gonna say the singles, because the singles, I mean, the singles are cool. I like the singles, but if I were to do market manipulation, I would do it on the Peter Parker and the Eddie Brock, even the Miles Morales. But the issue with those is, there's gonna be a lot of them, because the more collector booster boxes are open, the more supply there is. I think after maybe a few months, we could see those climbing back up. This box, I mean, people have been saying this is such a terrible box, and that's fine. You could say it's a terrible box. It's the worst box Magic's ever put out. And I'm not really a Magic the Gathering fan. I can't talk about Magic the Gathering, but I do love Spider-Man. And Universes Beyond, I do enjoy Universes Beyond. And I'm gonna be very real. I actually think it's awesome for people who don't really play Magic, because I know how to play Pokemon, right? Because I usually collect Pokemon. But for me, in my opinion, the camera, I am such a dumb individual that I would rather. Now, guys, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I would rather pay $100 over Pokemon. So this Pokemon set, Mega Evolutions, came out. Mega Evolutions. Okay. Right. It just came out. It's at 3:30, and the non-enhanced is also 3:30, and that's okay. I'm not one to say, oh, that's crazy. How is it gonna be that price? That's fine. Let it be that price. But for me, I like collecting the singles and the booster boxes. It's cool to have, and but I am one to just collect the cards. And honestly, why would I want to pay for this, right? $300 when I don't know if I heard this correctly, but the chase of the set, the Mega Lucario and the Gardevoir, these two cards right there, it's gonna take 100 booster boxes. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's like 30 booster boxes to get one. So like 2,000 packs basically. You would have to open up 2,000 packs to get those cards. And Pokemon did this new rarity, and I think they're copying Magic the Gathering, because that's Magic the Gathering numbers. You would have to open up 10 to 20, 30 boxes just to get one of those Spider-Man, or just to get a serialized card. Because for me, what's the difference between a serialized card and a really rare card like the Spider-Man's? Is that one has a number attached to it, the other does not. So you don't really know how many should be in the market. For all we know, all of them could have been pulled already. For all we know. And in reality, not even half of them have been pulled. Not even 1% of them have been pulled. And that's something that I think is very cool. If you're, you know, holding these boxes, because it's kind of, it's very bullish, I think. Because let's say Assassin's Creed, I would love to get Assassin's Creed. I honestly would rather buy Assassin's Creed than the Mega Evolutions booster box, considering that they have guys, have you seen the serialized cards for Assassin's Creed? Like, if you like history, right? Like, even if you don't like Assassin's Creed, it's just, you know, it's you know, it's kind of just dope to have. You know, you have Socrates. Socrates is only $600, and that's a serialized. Guys, like, you have to realize these are very historic cards. These are very historic cards. You know, like, if it's kind of dumb to say that, because, you know, it's really just a card game, but the fact that it's written in their native language, Italian, right? Leonardo da Vinci. And the fact that it's assigned to Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, if you know, Italy, well, Rome, not Italy, Rome is the original Assassin's Creed games. That's where the original games came from. Cleopatra, you know, it's Egypt, I think. Well, it says Greek there, but I'm pretty sure it's Egypt. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. I don't know why it says Greek. To me, I think it's Egyptian, right? Cleopatra's from Egypt. And there was Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and you know, that's kind of dope to see. And then you see Socrates, Greek. You know, they had Oh no, this is Origins and this is Odyssey. Socrates is Odyssey, and they even had like a secret mission with Socrates in it. And then you have Mary Reed and Bonnie. You know, and that's from the what's it called? Black Flag, one of the best games from Assassin's Creed. And you know, this one, you know, there's one for 550. I think, you know, I don't think that one's gonna perform the best because it doesn't have really that historical context. But Socrates, man, I mean, like, how can you not love this? Look at this. You know, this is just like, you know, even if you don't like Assassin's Creed, right? This, you know, it's I don't want to hate on Pokemon, but you know, the fact that it's so hard to get it for MSRP, right? I would honestly rather pay $100 over 330 to get a Spider-Man collector's booster box, or just pay a little bit more for Assassin's Creed. You know, I don't like saying that because I do enjoy Pokemon. I really do enjoy Pokemon. Pokemon is my favorite card game. But, you know, for me, I think Paradox Rift is going to do great. Surging Sparks is at $300. It was at $200 when they said the reprints were coming, and they did come. Look, Surging Sparks. Let's look at Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks booster box. You know, they're at $300. Wait, is the Pikachu at $400? It's at $400? Bro, I sold mine for like 300. PSA 9 for 300 bucks. That's crazy. Whatever. But this is what I think a lot of people look. This is not market manipulation. Surging Sparks is a better buy than Destined Rivals, in my opinion. You know, the fact, look at these cards from Surging Sparks, and you know this obviously you know, a lot of people are gonna be complaining Surging Sparks was the reason why these booster boxes are crazy. But you had a chance to get Surging Sparks for $100. You had a chance to get Surging Sparks for $160. You had a chance to get Surging Sparks at $200. You had a chance at $250. Now it's going $300. You're not gonna get any more Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks will be better than Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved only has the magic card Tyranitar, Raichu, and those are dope cards. But this set has so many great cards that are worth over $200. The Latias and Milotic are gonna be over $200 by the time these sets are done. Alolan Exeggutor, I think, you know, and the Hydreigon, I think those are undervalued. The Latias undervalued. There's so many good cards in this set. The Cerulege, the Archaludon, and the Mesprit. You know, there's so many good cards, man. And Destined Rivals, it's a good set. I'm not gonna say it's not a good set. It's a very good set. But there was really no time to get these at a reasonable price. There was really no time to get these at a reasonable price. $250 to $200 was a good price to pick these up, I would say yeah, it was a good time to pick it up. But $430, I don't know. I think it's gonna dip back down to $250 sooner or later, in my opinion. Mega Evolutions, not even half of the supply is in the market. They're gonna do 2 waves. The second wave's coming in October, and yeah, you know, it's just my opinion. I think Twilight Masquerade will do great. Paradox Rift will do great, but I think Surging Sparks is the set you guys should be picking up. It's just way too good. I think Sword and Shield is also a good buy. And I mean, bro, if you're buying Destin Rouse for $400, just buy Silver Tempest, just buy Chilling Reign, just buy. Maybe not Battle Styles. Maybe you could go for Battle Styles. That Tyranitar V is going to $1,000 in a PSA 10, and you know, when a card, that's something that's gonna add value to the booster box, which is why I think Battle Styles is still undervalued. And you know, if you're gonna buy a box, you should get Battle Styles. I think it's a very good card to get. Lorcana is also up on the up. The first chapter. What did I say? Lorcana was an amazing buy. Fabled is holding MSRP, and you know, it's gonna be one of those sets for Lorcana that is gonna really blow the waters. Let's look at Lorcana real quick. Disney Lorcana, Fabled. That's the set that I am very interested in, very excited for. Look at the Mickey. It's at 1,200. And guys, Pokemon is doing this, but the card is not really the best. It's cool. It's dope. I like it. I think it's worth $1,000. I think it's undervalued. I think if any card should be pumped up, it should be that Lucario and that Gardevoir. I think those should be $1,000. But if more booster boxes are coming, that means the prices will go down. And you know, a lot of people don't realize, I think Fabled is gonna get a reprint. As crazy as that sounds, Fabled, we might be seeing it for under MSRP. I think we might see Fabled under, not under $100. I could see it go under MSRP. Because the thing about Ravensburger is they actually care about printing these sets, which is why I like supporting them. That's why I like supporting Magic. I would rather support Magic than Pokemon. The reason being is, you can say that these companies don't have the demand that Pokemon has, which could be true, but Pokemon does have more income, more facilities. They have better ways to get these products to the public. They haven't even resupplied to their own website. When they do, you have to go to a security code. They make it impossible. You basically have to skip work to get these boxes. And to me, that's a very bad look, you know. You know, a lot of people are gonna call you broke and you know, cheap for not going for these Pokemon booster boxes. But if you look around, you look at these other booster boxes, Pokemon is not the only thing. Look, guys, look at this. Look at this. Do you know how crazy it is for Mickey to be $1,200? It's a very hard pull. I think you would have to go around 12 boxes. I don't even think you have. I think it's 1 per 4 cases. So that's crazy, you know. And the thing about this set is, man, look at this right here. Hold on. Hold on, look at this. So for 4, so 48 packs sealed. Look how many enchanteds there are. The Hades one looks super dope. Dumbo, you know Dumbo's cute. Scar, Winnie the Pooh. What is that? Oh, that's the Goofy and Electro Show and Max. Like, guys, I don't want to say any names, but this set is the Evolving Skies. I thought I thought Shimmering Skies would have been it. To be honest, I thought Shimmering Skies would be the Evolving Skies of Fable of Lorcana, but no, Fable is. And even if you get it for 145, I think it's not the worst thing. You know, look how crazy these cards are, guys. And they're hard to pull. I mean, they're not easy. They're not easy to pull. You know? And I'm very bullish on Arcana. It's just like, to me right now, Pokemon just feels like the community, right? The community of Pokemon is trying so hard to get people to realize Pokemon is the best investment. And the buyouts and everything, it kind of makes me feel like the Marshadow from Mega Evolutions. That card is not worth $100. I mean, you could put it at $100. I mean, it's Marshadow, right? Pokemon that's not really that popular. But you know, everybody talks about it on the internet. So But see, that's the thing. It's very easy to manipulate cards on the internet, and I'm not here to manipulate anything, but you know, if you think that Pokemon is the only opportunity, you're crazy. And if you're buying over MSRP for these products, that's fine. You do whatever you do with your money, but you are also hurting the chances of it going back to MSRP. I promise you, most LGSs don't care what they sell. If you go to any store and if you tell them, hey, do you guys have any Fable? Do you guys have any Lorcana, any Magic the Gathering card booster boxes? And you know, instead of Pokemon, they would rather pay $150 for those boxes and sell them to you for maybe $10 more, you know, $20 more, and make $5 profit. But the reason these companies have to charge so much is because they don't get enough product. That's the difference. When you don't get enough product, you kind of have to stretch the profit that you've made on those things for the whole month. So let's say a company only gets 10 booster boxes of, no, you know what? Let's say 60. We'll go with 60 booster boxes of Mega Evolutions. Okay. So instead of selling it for MSRP, we'll sell it for 250 because that was the market. 250. That's a lot. I mean, that's almost I can't do math. I think that's like 22,000 maybe. What is that like? What is that? 60 times 250. That's 15,000. 15,000. And that's a lot. But when's the next time you're gonna get those Mega Evolution booster boxes again? You're gonna have to wait another 3 months for the next set. And I'm pretty sure a lot of stores don't have 60. This is like a dream come true. But what if Distro is charging them $200 for them? Because MSRP is 180. So in reality, if we're being honest, 60 times 50, you've only made $3,000 in profit. In reality, if you're, because the gross profit is 15,000, but your actual profit after buying these prices, you only made $3,000. So you have to stretch those $3,000 for the next 3 months. I'm not against anyone buying Pokemon, and it's great, and it's great that these stores are getting something very easy to buy. But you know, it's kind of difficult. I mean, with Magic as well, I think it's also kind of difficult to sell. If Spider-Man boxes keep going down, I don't think it's a really big problem. I mean, it is a problem because people thought these were going to be $1,000 boxes. You know, I could take that back, but you know, even those are expensive. But at the same time, honestly, you know, I can't speak for anybody, but it's just my opinion. I think, you know, if you're able to get more product, let's say you're able to get 100 and you get them for 150 and you sell 180 of them, that would be 1,800. But you only really made $30 off of them. You would make $3,000. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not the worst thing if you're a retail box. So that's why I'm just like, is it really a big deal? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy, right? That Pokemon, you know, a few years ago you could get boxes for like $100, and now they're, honestly, I don't think they're gonna go back to that anytime soon. Honestly, I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. Just because, you know, I just ran the numbers for you. Because I was thinking, well, what if a box, what if a box store gets 100 and but they have to buy it at 150, but they sell it for 30. You know what? Let's do 50 times 50. That'll be 5,000. But the issue is, I don't think they would be getting so much product because there's just so many people with distro connections, and that's the issue. And distro doesn't really know what they're doing with that. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it off. Just something to think about. I mean, I think we are in an amazing time. Supporting MSRP isn't really that exciting, but at the same time, if Spider-Man collector booster boxes, you can get them for over, just paying $150 more than a regular booster box for Pokemon. But these were selling for $1,000. I doubt in the near time future someone's gonna pay $1,000 for Mega Evolutions. We could see Mega Evolutions stay at 300. We could see that. It's very exciting what is going on right now. And the reality of what's going on is very, very exciting to see. If this continues, I mean, we could be seeing MSRP be $200, $250. I mean, there is some truth to Pokemon being the cheapest. Maybe not compared to Lorcana. Lorcana could be taking that crown, which is why I'm thinking Lorcana is the best buy. But at the same time, Pokemon has just this community that there's just too many people willing to pay over MSRP for things, and I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. There's just people that are like, okay, whatever, that's the price, I'll pay. I don't give a damn if I lose 50% of my money because I got Pikachu. And you guys can't tell me there's no truth to that, because there's some truth to that. That's why I think sometimes it's not best to get attached to things. I think if you're able to make money, if you've already doubled your money, I think it's better to just let it go and reinvest it to other things. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. If I know I made a very long video. It's just I don't really make videos, and maybe I should make more videos, but I like to wait, see how things are going, and maybe I get things wrong. Like, look at Spider-Man, man. It's at $530, $500 collector toys, $540 at Walmart, $48 for the collector booster packs. Amazon was selling it for $38 today. The Mega Evolution boxes, honestly, if I were someone to really manipulate the market without any issues, like any risk, I would be buying out those gold cards. Those gold cards are gonna be so hard to pull. And if Pokemon still continues not to print as much as they could, because I believe they are not printing as much as they can, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. The issue is that people are buying over MSRP, and that's why these boxes are going over the price. But you guys have to realize Pokemon is gonna continue wanting to make money. They're not gonna want to stop printing these sets. Like if they do, whatever, onto the next set, and that's when people are just gonna keep buying. I mean, it's not like if Destined Rivals was at 240, the next set, Phantasmal Flames, is gonna drop down to 250. And I mean, if 250 is the new normal, I mean, that's the time to buy, I guess. But at the same time, you know, we're just, you know, great time to be in the market. I mean, MSRP is now $200, and really these booster boxes are pretty dope. This is probably the best base set, and yeah guys, this I'm just gonna talk about the Mega Evolution cards. This is an amazing set, I'm gonna be honest. Look, it's very nice cards. I think the gold cards are still undervalued, extremely undervalued. This SIRs, I haven't really seen that many sales for those. I don't know how those haven't been spiking. The Marshadow, I'm pretty sure it's manipulation. But I think $40 is a good price point. $40 is okay. I could see it being $40. I think that's still too high, but because it was a $20 card 2 days ago. You got Steelix, Wally's Compassion. You got the full arts. The full arts are really nice. The full arts are very nice. This set is very nice, and honestly, when Wave 2 comes, I mean, I think that's time to be aggressive. I mean, this set is kind of, you know, look at this. It even got new Pokemon in it. Garganacl, $2. Wow, it's crazy. But you know, I think right now we're in an amazing time. I think no matter what you pick, it's very good. But at the same time, you have to realize these sets are new, and Pokemon will be printing, but who knows when that's gonna change? Because right now we haven't even seen Journey Together booster boxes, and that should be next in line. Journey Together is the next booster box to be printed out, and we'll be hearing if they'll be printing out enhanced booster boxes or not. So guys, yeah, just let me know what you guys think. If you think Spider-Man or Pokemon is the better buy-in right now, or Lorcana, or any other TCG. You know, there's just so many that, you know, Pokemon is not the only thing. Pokemon is an amazing set right now. This Mega Evolutions is an amazing set. I think if you saw Destined Rivals go to $400, I think Mega Evolutions will go to that same length. It has better cards than Destined Rivals. I think Mega Evolutions is a better set than Destined Rivals. Yeah, I mean, guys, I will leave it at that because it's late and I'm tired. So comment down below, man. Let me know. I do want to hear people's opinions because I don't even know what to buy. Honestly, I'm just thinking about Assassin's Creed. I don't know, that style. Maybe just buy the serialized cards. But man, that just looks so dope. Assassin's Creed looks super dope in my opinion. You guys, I know people don't like the Universes Beyond because they made everything expensive, but I really do enjoy that. And Assassin's Creed was $250. I don't know why they're saying Universes Beyond making everything expensive. But yeah, talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll make a video in another year or something. Peace.